here's the real reason your new habits never stick. You're still thinking like the old version of yourself. You're trying to force someone who never sticks to anything to suddenly become disciplined. But what if I told you your problem isn't your discipline or willpower, or that you're unmotivated or lazy? That it's your identity. And this one mental shift makes a huge difference. Stanford researchers even found that people who started seeing themselves as exercises, for example, were 40% more likely to stick with their routine than people who just wanted to get fit. The difference? One group changed their identity, the other just had a goal. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to make the same powerful shift from chasing a goal to living an identity so you can stop letting your brain's outdated programming run the show. What's up, it's your girl, Kesha B. And for years, I thought the secret was more willpower, more discipline, more something. Until I realized I wasn't fighting my habits, I was fighting my own identity. Let me paint you a picture. You decide you're going to start journaling every morning. Day one, you're excited. You write 3 whole pages. Day two, you manage a paragraph. Day three, you hit snooze and think, I'll do it tonight. And by day four, that journal is collecting dust and you're telling yourself, see, I knew I couldn't be consistent. Sound familiar? That's your brain doing exactly what it's designed to do. Protect your current identity. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance. And it's just a fancy term for that uncomfortable feeling you get when your actions don't match your beliefs about yourself. Trying to force a new habit into an old identity is like wearing a fabulous ball gown with a pair of muddy hiking boots. It just doesn't feel right. And eventually, you're going to take off the gown because the boots feel more familiar. The problem is that most people try to change their actions without changing their story. You say, I want to work out, but your inner voice says, I'm not a gym person. You say, I want to be organized, but you've been calling yourself naturally messy for years. So your brain hears this conflict and goes, nah, we're sticking with what we know. And your brain will always choose the story that feels most you. So let's change the story. To start, here's your first micro dare. For the next 24 hours, I want you to just notice, become an observer of your own thoughts. When you skip that workout, what's the story you tell yourself? I'm just lazy. I have no self-control. Or maybe it's 3 p.m. when you find yourself reaching for the Oreos instead of the apple you plan to eat. In that moment, what's the story? Man, I have zero willpower, or I always do this. I keep messing up. Write it down so you can remember what was happening in the moment. There's no judgment, just notice the story. That's the first step. For the longest time, I told myself, I'm not the creative one. That was my story. I would look at other people who I thought were these excellent creators. You know, the ones who seemed so effortlessly witty and colorful and dynamic. And since I didn't see myself that way, my story became, well, that's just not me. I'm the practical one. And I used that label as an excuse. It was my permission slip to stay in my safe, practical box and not even try the things I secretly wanted to do. You're probably doing the same thing. You're waiting for proof that you're the type of person who does X before you start doing X. It's like waiting for someone to hand you a certificate that says, congratulations, you're now officially a runner before you put on running shoes. But here's the thing, identity isn't something you discover. It's something you decide. So for your next micro dare, I want you to actually write your permission slip. Pause this video if you have to, but I want you to grab a sticky note, the back of a receipt, whatever you can find, and write, I, your name, give myself permission to be whatever your new identity is. Now stick that somewhere you'll see it every single day. Your mirror, your laptop, your car dashboard, make it real. Because every time you choose your new identity over your old story, you're proving to your brain that this identity is real. And hey, what's the one identity you've been waiting for permission to claim? Drop it in the comments below so I can cheer you on. Okay, so you've got your new permission slip. You're feeling hyped about this new identity. And then the overwhelm hits. The idea of becoming this whole new person feels like you have to climb Mount Everest, right? But what the go big or go home crowd won't tell you is that the most powerful lasting changes start ridiculously small. Call it the 2% identity shift. You don't need to become a completely different person overnight. That's perfectionist thinking, and we don't do that around here. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. So let's start with one tiny small action. If your new identity is a writer, your tiny action is writing one sentence. If you're a healthy person, your action is drinking 1 glass of water. If you're an organized person, it's clearing off just your nightstand. And listen, don't overthink this. It doesn't have to be the perfect tiny action. It just has to be an action. Progress over perfection always. So here's your 2% micro dare. Choose one tiny action right now. Got it? I dare you to do it for the next 3 days. That's it. Not forever. Just 3 little measly days. You're not building a habit, you're building evidence. That's what identity-based habits really are. By the way, this idea of the 2% shift is one of the core tools in my Escapers Emergency Kit, which is packed with more mindset flips just like this one to help you get unstuck in under 10 minutes. It's linked in the description below. Your environment is constantly whispering to you about who you are. If your space says chaos, your brain believes I'm chaotic. If your pantry is full of junk food, your brain believes I'm an unhealthy person. Your environment triggers your habits on autopilot, often overriding your best intentions. See, most people try to change their habits while living in an environment that reinforces their old identity. That's like trying to eat healthy with a box of donuts on the counter and bags of chips in the pantry. Oh, is it just me? Really? So let's make your space your biggest cheerleader. If you're a writer, leave a notebook on the coffee table. A healthy person, keep a water bottle in plain sight. A reader, leave that book you want to finish on your pillow, not on the bookshelf. So here's your environment micro dare I want you to do immediately after this video. I want you to take 60 seconds, literally set a timer, and do one thing to your environment to support your new identity. When your space reflects who you're becoming, your brain gets the message loud and clear. Okay, now let's talk about the elephant in the room. That loud, obnoxious voice in your head that's screaming, "Who do you think you are?" That voice has a name. It's called imposter syndrome. And well, it's time we put it in its place. See, right about now, you're probably going, "But Kesha, this is just pretending. I'm not really that person. I'll be a fake." And hey, I get it. That feeling is real. But here's the reframe. You're not pretending, you're practicing. Every identity you have now was once new. You weren't born someone who drives a car. You practiced until it became second nature. You weren't born someone who could ride a bike. You practiced until you kicked off the training wheels and were speeding down the street like a pro. This is no different. That fear you're feeling is not a stop sign. That's the green light daring you to go. Speaking of dares, here's your final micro dare for the day. The next time the voice in your head says, "Who do you think you are? This isn't you," I dare you to answer it out loud with, "I'm not pretending, boo. I'm practicing." Just say the words. Feel how that shifts the energy. You're not faking it. You're rehearsing your future self. Now that you know how it really works, your identity runs the show and your habits just follow its lead. And you now have the tools to start shifting your identity with the micro dares. If this hit home and you're ready to practice your next version of you, grab my free Escapers Emergency Kit. It has 5 quick mindset flips for identity-based habits that actually stick. The link is waiting for you in the description below. Now, before you go, I want you to make it real. Go down to the comments right now and declare it. What's one identity shift you're ready to try? Let me know because I'm here for your next bold move. And if this video gave you an aha moment, I would love for you to subscribe and join the movement so we can escape our old stories for good together. Now go rewrite your story one tiny shift at a time. Toodles!